Welcome back to The Express at Celtic Fest Vancouver's Whiskey Kiss Scotch tasting event at the Cellar. Although our next talent has a lifetime of soul in her voice, she wouldn't be able to attend this event because she's only in grade 9. Meet Maple Ridge's Rhea D, one of BC's brightest stars.
There's a rainbow highway. Somewhere Over the Rainbow to me means a song that's just full of hope that, you know, if times are tough, like there's always going to be a place that's going to be better and one day everything's going to be okay.
Music is powerful. Rhea D knows that. The 15-year-old's been sharing her thoughts and emotions through songs like these since she was a toddler.
It calms me down, it's easy to relate to, and if I can't find something, I try to write a song about it to let it all out. Starry night, everybody.
The grade 10 student not only plays guitar and piano, she writes her own music. And as a Filipino-Canadian, that skill has given Rhea the ability to share her culture and values with others.
Walk all the miles to see you. What I really like about Filipinos is that we always try our best to respect everyone around us, and that our values are always like, you should always be thankful for what you have, just always keep smiling, family comes first, and of course, respect.
It's like, you know, remember?
No one's prouder than Mom, who's been encouraging Rhea to embrace music and her Filipino heritage with every step she takes.
When she writes songs, she's trying to relate values and the dreams of a Filipino who is now in Canada and now enjoying all the opportunities that Canada has.
Hi, I'm Rhea. I'm 14 and I'm from Vancouver. I like One Direction.
Mom's not her only fan. Rhea's been creating some buzz online, mostly from this music video she produced for British boy band One Direction. The band challenged fans to do cover versions of their song. The winner would have the band perform in their hometown, and Rhea was one of 7 finalists who got their video on the One Direction's website.
Makes this harder. I was on my favorite band's website. I was like, oh my gosh, that's my face. Like, what did they know I'm breathing? I was so excited, especially when I got new fans coming in, because I was like, I really want to inspire people to be able to express themselves through music. So if I can do that to anyone in any way, that would be so great.
It taught her that if you want to be heard, you gotta get creative. Fortunately, she has no problems in that department. As for her career in pop music, Rhea's confident it'll come someday, as long as she stays close to her roots and has her #1 fans by her side.
You should respect who you are, respect the people around you, be thankful for what you have, and just keep smiling.
I'm Tim Chung in Maple Ridge for The Express.
You can check out Rhea and other Filipino-Canadian performers on FYE Live every Sunday on Shaw Multicultural Channel. And speaking of SMC, you'll recognize a face in this next story. Suki Guman, who used to be the host of SMC, is one of the driving forces behind the City of Bhangra Festival. She's sharing with us a sneak peek at what makes this year's festival, the 8th annual, bigger and better than ever.
We use a kunda, which is like a stick, and an instrument called like a sup, and we use it with our hands.
The Bhangra beat is high energy, just like these pint-sized performers.
Bhangra is a passion of folk dance, and a lot of people like to do it, and it's a culture.
The kids are from the Chennai Punjab Little Stars, and they're part of the launch for the 8th annual City of Bhangra Festival.
These kids have been performing as a part of our festival since they were practically able to walk. And as you can see, they are definitely very infectious.
During Bhangra, you're always happy, and when you dance, you should always be excited.
The festival is as much about celebrating the Bhangra culture as it is about merging cultures, like this drum group, Repercussion.
Drums, Congo drums, the Punjabi Dole drums all performing together. So that just shows you that regardless of race or ethnicity, we can all beat and dance and perform together.
The festival will be in 2 cities this year for the first time, in Surrey and in Vancouver. And their newest event, Celebrate the Harvest, includes a creative coming together of the Jewish Community Center and Bhangra dancers.
So you'll see collaborations between Israeli folk dancers with Punjabi dancers.
This year's lineup includes international artists from the UK and India. And organizers say they want to make Bhangra accessible to everyone.
Bhangra is a form of Punjabi folk music and dance that originated in the state of Punjab, but has definitely evolved over time. It is something for everyone to enjoy. VIBC Society is all about bringing Bhangra to people of all cultures.
More than half the events for the City of Bhangra Festival are free. So there's never been a better time to take in some Bhangra beats. I'm Bianca Salterbeck in Vancouver for The Express.
The website is cityofbhangra.com. It starts on May 31st and it lasts for 11 days. You're watching The Express, and we have more from Celtic Fest Vancouver and these stories coming up.
You're in Mexico right now here, guys.
It's Chilliwack's best Mexican food, found in a place you'd least expect. He's creating in copper. Meet Aaron Nelson Moody of the Squamish Nation. The Express, we are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
We are kids. Wish kids.
10,000 kids.
We are brave.
We are strong.
We are fighters.
Some days are good, some days are bad.
Some of us make it.
Some of us don't.
My wish will make me strong.
The Children's Wish Foundation of Canada.
Does a wish make a difference?
You bet. You bet.
Imagine the difference a wish can make.
Only 2 more needles till my wish.
Please give today.
Welcome back to The Express at Celtic Fest Vancouver's Whiskey Kiss Scotch tasting event at the Cellar. Earlier on the show, when I was doing my tasting with palate pro Mike Nicholson, I have to admit, to my uneducated palate, tasted a little bit like gasoline. And I know that's not a compliment, it's just because I don't know my stuff. With this next story about a restaurant inside a gas station, this food is a whole lot more than just fuel for the body, it's fuel for the soul. And that is a compliment.
You're Spanish. You're in Mexico right now here, guys. I like to bring a little bit of Mexico for Chilliwack and for Canada.
It's not where you would expect to find a Mexican restaurant, but Hugo's Mexican food calls this Esso gas station home. From his hometown of Cuernavaca, Mexico, Hugo, his wife, and their family of 5 emigrated to Canada 10 years ago. And although Hugo commenced his cooking 20 years ago to help feed his family, he has continued on and now shares his cuisine with the community.
What I'm doing in here, it's pretty much what I'm doing at home. I remember my dad say the best place to have a meal is home. So I'm bringing it home.
Hugo's restaurant started as a trailer outside on the street, but then the Canadian winter kicked in. Hugo was offered the space inside this gas station and has been cooking up quesadillas in here ever since.
People doesn't have the chance to go down to Mexico, and I think it's for me the opportunity to bring Mexico and to show what's the real authentic Mexican food.
Gas station owners Marcel and Michael have both experienced food in Mexico and are regulars at Hugo's.
I think they're my best customer. They come every day. I don't want to say that because they're going to get in trouble with his wife or something like that. I don't know.
He's just got awesome food. I try to stop, but I eat lunch here every single day now. My favorite is the spicy beef quesadilla. We're all used to going out to a restaurant, getting a quesadilla, and it comes flat on a plate with some melted cheese and some meat on it, and that's what you think it is, but it's definitely not.
Although Hugo's is located in a gas station, for now, he uses it as an opportunity to share his family's recipes and get people to experience some authentic Mexican culture.
To go for the next step is probably open a bigger place, and then also I want to bring the full country, the whole Mexico in that place. Right. Like in here, I want to bring Mexico here, and more cultural thing. Like I want to bring history, I want to bring clothing, and all the stuff to show the people what's Mexico. Be part of Mexico in Chilliwack or anywhere else, like any part of Canada, wherever they allow me to do it.
But for now, Hugo will continue to cook for the community from the gas station.
Invite for people to come in here. I know it's a weird place to be for a restaurant, but it's authentic Mexican food from authentic Mexican people.
I'm Tiffany Gurden for Shaw TV.
If you're in the Chilliwack area, Hugo would love you to stop by for a bite. You can find his restaurant inside the Esso on Vetter Road. You can also find him online at hugosmexicanfood.com. You're watching The Express, and today we're celebrating the many different cultures in our community. Now it's time to join Nicole, Fitzgerald, and Whistler, where there's a strong First Nations presence.
That's right, Johanna. Animals were the family caretakers of the First Nations. They're also part of a new exhibit here at the Squamish Lil'wat Cultural Centre. I'm excited to show you the making of a copper mask. The same technique was used in creating the Statue of Liberty. Tocsin Huala, or Aaron Nelson Moody of the Squamish Nation, taps out a universal language, one passed on from his ancestors. Aboriginal, French, or Japanese, everyone speaks art.
There's hundreds and hundreds of different nations here speaking, many different languages, and we were trying to find a way to start speaking, a common ground, to start sharing stories, and that's what artwork for us is.
This performance art was a part of the launch of the new exhibit called Elements of the Spirit at the Squamish Lil'wat Cultural Centre, where the artwork was blessed through words and music.
Art is blessed because you want to give it life. At one time it was a living tree, and before work was done, you bless the tree, you bless the wood before you work on it.
Artist Annie Ross's Towards a New Taxidermy pieces were brought to life.
I wanted to take the mounts that were considered trash and revitalize them in a way. And they're the first teachers. We can see Bear's hands, and we see the medicine in his hands, literally, because what Bear eats, humans can eat. If you follow a bear, you'll find your way to water, you'll find your way home. They'll take care of you in that way.
Eagles take flight in all four directions of the wind, in Tocsin Huala's giant eagle spin-to-whirl as well.
While I was working here during the Olympics, I noticed we had a lot of conversations around the eagle, and I wanted to pick one creature that we all have in common, we all seem to look up to for inspiration. For instance, people will look at the eagles on that spindle-whirl, and they'll probably think of their own stories, their own personal stories, and maybe their own cultural stories. And in a place like this, I think they start to share those stories as well.
Stories that have found a home here at the Squamish Lil'wat Cultural Centre. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
Website is slcc.ca. Element of Spirit will be on display at the Squamish Lil'wat Cultural Centre for the month of March. Now, it seems I've gotten through an entire show without finishing my glass of whiskey and without getting a whiskey kiss here at this event at the Cellar, part of Celtic Fest, Vancouver. We want to remind you that the Big St. Pat's Night Out happens on Saturday, March 17th at the Vogue Theatre, featuring Sensation Deli to Dublin. So we're going to leave you with some tunes to get you in the mood. Hopefully we'll see you at the parade that happens on Sunday. Thanks for watching The Express, only on Shaw TV.
And the constant need for interpretations. Leave it behind for the sun and the one. I know I'm not alone, though it feels that way. I say all that's left behind, time after time, resigning.